It was Caitlin Clark's world in 2024, and she was recognized accordingly on Tuesday. Doug Feinberg of the Associated Press reported that Clark was named the publication's Female Athlete of the Year for her impact on and off the court. The Indiana Fever star received 35 of the 74 votes from AP Sports journalists. Olympic gold medalists secured second and third place, with gymnast Simone Biles obtaining 25 votes and boxer Emaine Khalif earning 4 votes. Clark's 2024 journey began in college, where she led the Iowa Hawkeyes to their second consecutive national championship game, while breaking the NCAA Division I career scoring record for both men and women with 3,951 points. Naturally, she was the #1 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft and quickly proved herself successful at the professional level. She won Rookie of the Year and became an All-Star, averaging 19, 2 points, 8, 4 assists, 5, 7 rebounds, and 1, 3 steals per game, shooting 41, 7% from the field, and 34, 4% from three-point range. Clark also guided the Fever to their first playoff appearance since 2016, positioning them for future success despite a first-round loss to the Connecticut Sun. Her excellence on the court was notable, but she also significantly boosted the popularity of women's basketball at both the collegiate and WNBA levels. Feinberg highlighted that WNBA television viewership surged by 300% during her rookie season, following the women's NCAA championship game that surpassed the men's ratings. This marked the first time in 42 years that the women's championship game outperformed the men's title game. The excitement continued as the 2024 WNBA draft attracted a league record 4 million viewers, and she participated in 20 of the 23 WNBA games that had more than 1 million viewers during her rookie season. Caitlin Clark has broken the record for the most career points in NCAA Division I basketball across both men's and women's categories, significantly boosting the popularity of women's basketball at both the collegiate level and in the WNBA. On Tuesday, she received the Associated Press Female Athlete of the Year award for her influence on and off the court. After leading Iowa to the national finals, Clark was the top pick in the WNBA draft, meeting expectations. She subsequently received the league's Rookie of the Year honors. Fans filled arenas, and millions watched on television to follow her journey. Clark's accomplishments have had a far-reaching impact, highlighting other women's sports leagues along the way. A panel of 74 sports journalists from the AP cast votes for the award. Clark received 35 votes. Olympic gymnast Simone Biles came in second with 25 votes, and boxer Emaine Khalif was third with 4. Growing up a fan of Candace Parker and others before me, this honor is special. I'm very grateful, Clark stated in a phone interview. It was a great year for women's basketball and women's sports overall. Shohei Ohtani was awarded the AP Male Athlete of the Year on Monday, marking his 3rd time as the recipient, while Clark concluded her collegiate career with an impressive total of 3,951 points, leading Iowa to its 2nd consecutive championship final. After her Hawkeyes lost to South Carolina in the championship game, Gamecocks head coach Dawn Staley thanked Caitlin Clark for enhancing the sport. Despite her success and attention brought to women's basketball, Clark faces toxic debates and comments on social media aimed at her and other female players. Clark has dismissed this negative discourse. Lobo expressed admiration for how Clark, 22, has handled the pressure and attention directed at her. I would say she has managed this almost flawlessly. She has not had any major missteps during a time of constant scrutiny, Lobo remarked. She appears to say and do all the right things, which is incredible during a time of persistent attention and criticism. She has maintained her composed personality. While Clark coped with praise and criticism amid competition, she struggled to fully appreciate her achievements over the past year. However, after reflecting on the whirlwind, she's thankful for her supporters during the journey. "I'm grateful for the people I shared this with," Clark said. "A year ago, I was still in the first half of my senior year in college. How quickly things change! Now I can recognize how remarkable the college season was." Iowa sold out all its home and away games, with Clark as the main draw. This momentum transitioned into her professional basketball career. Her number 22 jersey was widely seen during her rookie season and is set to be retired at Iowa. "It would be a mistake not to recognize how passionate her fan base is and the attention she garners for everything she does," stated Tyrese Halliburton, guard for the team, who was frequently seen in the stands during games of the Fever, the team Clark plays for in Indianapolis. "It's a unique kind of popularity. She's one of the most popular athletes globally, not just in women's sports. It's impressive to witness, and she manages everything with such poise." Clark enjoys interacting with fans at games, dedicating time before and after to sign autographs. "For me, it remains enjoyable," she stated. "Whether it's 15 seconds, 10 seconds, or 5 seconds, it can significantly impact a child's life. Witnessing fans' excitement an hour before tip-off is something I cherish. It's amazing, and I hope it lasts." After a slow start in her WNBA career, Clark found her stride. She set a record for assists in a single game with 19, totaling 337 assists for the season, also a new record. Renowned for her long-range shooting, she became the quickest player to make 100 three-pointers in just 34 games, helping Indiana reach the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Lobo, who won the AP Female Athlete of the Year after leading UConn to its initial national championship, was present for the WNBA's launch 2 years later. The current ESPN analyst views Clark's ascent as unique. Clark attributes the growth in popularity of women's sports to the community of athletes, often responding, "We did this," or "We did that." It's intriguing. The scale of 18 million isn't always evident, Clark noted. When compared to a college football game or the Masters, it provides perspective. "We surpassed the men's Final Four." Caitlin Clark elevated the profile of women's basketball to new heights in both college and the WNBA, and was named the AP Female Athlete of the Year for her influence on and off the court on Tuesday. After guiding Iowa to the national championship game, Clark was the anticipated top pick in the WNBA draft and won Rookie of the Year honors. Fans filled sold-out venues, and millions watched her journey on television. Clark's achievements also brought attention to other women's sports leagues. A panel of 74 sports journalists from the Associated Press and its members voted on the award. Clark secured 35 votes, with Olympic gymnast Simone Biles receiving 25 and boxer Ayman Khalif getting 4 votes. Clark is only the 4th women's basketball player to receive the Female Athlete of the Year award since its inception in 1931, following Cheryl Swoops, 1993, Rebecca Lobo, 1995, and Candace Parker, 2008-2021. "I grew up admiring Candace Parker and those before me, so this recognition is very special, and I'm grateful," Clark shared in a phone interview. "It was an excellent year for women's basketball and women's sports." Shohei Ohtani won the AP Male Athlete of the Year on Monday for the 3rd time. Clark set the NCAA Division I career scoring record for both men and women with 3,151 points, while leading Iowa to its 2nd consecutive national championship game. After her Hawkeyes lost to South Carolina for the title, Gamecocks coach Dawn Staley acknowledged Clark during her team's celebration, saying, "I want to personally thank Caitlin Clark for lifting up our sport. Despite Clark's success and the attention she has brought to women's basketball, she often becomes the focal point of debates and online negativity towards her and other players. Lobo has been impressed by how the 22-year-old Clark has managed the pressure and attention. I would say she's navigated it almost flawlessly. She hasn't had any major missteps or misspeaks during constant scrutiny, Lobo stated. She seems to say and do all the right things, which is remarkable given the constant attention. She has maintained her mild persona. As Clark dealt with praise and backlash during the competition, she found it difficult to recognize her accomplishments over the past year. However, after reflecting on the whirlwind experience, she expresses gratitude for those who joined her along the way. "I'm thankful for the people I got to do it with," Clark remarked. "A year ago, I was still in the early part of my senior year in college. How quickly things change. Now I can appreciate what a great college season it was." Iowa sold out all its home and away games with Clark as the main attraction. That momentum carried into the pros. Her number 22 jersey was prominently displayed during her rookie season and will be retired at Iowa. "It's important to acknowledge how passionate her fan base is and the visibility she commands," said Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton, who frequently attended Clark's Indiana Fever games. "It's a unique type of popularity. She's one of the most popular athletes globally. It's beyond just women's sports now. It's really cool to see, and she handles it with such grace." Clark enjoys interacting with fans at games, often taking time before and after to sign autographs. "For me, it's still enjoyable," she stated. "A difference of 15 seconds, 10 seconds, or 5 seconds can greatly impact a young girl's or boy's life. Witnessing the fans' excitement an hour before tip-off is something I always appreciate. That's incredible, and I hope it never fades." After a slow beginning to her WNBA career, Clark eventually found her rhythm there as well. She set the single-game assist record with 19 and recorded 337 assists during the season, breaking that mark too. Clark, recognized for her long-range three-pointers, became the quickest player to reach 100 three-pointers in just 34 games, helping Indiana make the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Lobo, who received the AP Female Athlete of the Year award after leading UConn to its first national championship, was present for the WNBA's launch 2 years later. The ESPN analyst perceives Clark's rise as unique. She's brought exceptional visibility to the sport, both in person and in viewership, which deserved attention but hadn't received it yet, Lobo remarked. "There's never been anything like this. That period from 1995 to 97 was a small step in evolution. This is a significant leap forward. I've never experienced anything like this. There's more focus than the sport has ever known." The viewership numbers have shattered records when Clark is featured in broadcasts. The NCAA Women's Championship game surpassed the men's for the first time in 42 years, attracting 9 million viewers. It became the second most watched women's sporting event outside the Olympics in U.S. television history. The 2024 WNBA draft recorded the highest viewership in league history with 2.4 million viewers. Clark attributes the rise in popularity of women's sports to the community of female athletes, often saying, "We did this," or "We accomplished that" when discussing it. "It's remarkable. It's hard to grasp how many people 18 million is," Clark noted. When you compare this number against a college football game or the Masters or other major sporting events in our nation, it puts it in perspective. We surpassed the men's Final Four.